Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney. I'm streaming live right now from both Facebook and on TikTok, so feel free to type your questions in. And this is really an opportunity for you to ask questions. I will also be going over kind of my question of the day, which is what I usually start off with if you haven't joined me before. But we start off with our question for the day. It's always immigration related. I only practice immigration law. Um, so feel free to type in your immigration related questions. It's just US immigration law, and I am happy to answer them. But before we get started, let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. My office is located in Arlington, Virginia, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. But our clients are everywhere, all throughout the United States. And that's because immigration is considered a federal practice. So that means no matter where in the US you are located, we can help you and we can represent you. The reason you might want to give us a call, especially maybe if you're out of status or if you're just considering different types of options, is that our law firm practices all sorts of immigration cases. So, or immigration areas, I guess, areas within immigration. So we handle employment-based immigration. We represent many companies in sponsoring individuals. We also deal with humanitarian applications for victims of abuse, which is what I want to start off talking about today. And if you are watching, I have several people watching here, feel free to say hello. Hi, Ranjit. Hi, BMAC. Hi, Roger. Hi, user. Hi, April, June. So we have DP. Nice to see you. And again, this is an opportunity really for me to answer your questions live. We have a lot of people that call our office that have one-off immigration questions. So this is, I'm here today to be able to answer them. Obviously, nothing that I tell you is attorney-client privilege or confidential. We have a lot of people watching at the same time, and obviously people that will watch the replay. But anything I can provide in a general sense, I'm happy to do that here. Okay, if you want to call us for a confidential consultation, our phone number is 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. So the question I want to start off with today is about VAWA self-petition. So these are green card applications, right? So a lot of people are eligible for them without even knowing that they are eligible. This is one of the types of applications that many people don't even know exists, okay? So again, if you're out of status, if you came in with status or you came in illegally, you might qualify. So let me tell you what is required. When you apply for a VAWA petition, you're applying for a green card, and this green card is based on abuse in your marriage, right? So it's based on abuse in your marriage, and you have to be married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, okay, to qualify. So if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and you have some kind of abuse in your marriage, it does not have to be physical abuse. It can be verbal abuse. Your spouse may be being controlling about the fact that you don't have a green card. Maybe they're holding that green card over your head to try to get you to do things, to try to get money from you. They might also be calling you names, putting you down. So if you know of anyone in this situation or you're yourself in this situation, know that there are actually a lot of options. Okay, so you can give us a call at 703-348-1663 and we can have a consultation with you. But what I want to do is talk to you about why would you apply for a VAWA self-petition? But why would you apply for a VAWA self-petition? Why would somebody do that as opposed to just asking for their spouse to help them with a green card? So there are a number of reasons, but one of the big things is that your spouse won't help, right? Your spouse won't help with your green card application. So that is one thing that we see a lot. So people are married, they might be married and they are in an abusive relationship, and the spouse keeps promising to help sponsor the green card, but keeps putting it off for one reason or another, and then is hurtful, maybe not physically, but verbally, to the person that is out of status, right? So we've seen people that are being blamed for not having work authorization. We've seen people put down, made to do lots of domestic tasks at the home, been even kicked out of the home at times, and all by their U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse. Okay, so the reason you would apply for a VAWA, one, is your spouse won't help. But also, another reason why you would apply for a VAWA is, sorry, thank you. Yeah. Another reason why you would apply for a VAWA is that you might have an illegal entry, right? You might have an illegal entry. So the illegal entry, and it doesn't, you still have to qualify. You still have to be married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and there still has to be abuse in your marriage. But one of the, if you do qualify, you might consider this over maybe doing something like a waiver if there is abuse in your marriage. Again, this can be things like verbally putting you down, but this is a way for you to be able to apply and receive work authorization and receive a green card in the U.S. without having to leave the U.S. And this is especially important for people that may have been out of status or that are currently out of status. Or they have lots of unlawful presence, so they are afraid of leaving because they may be barred from re-entry. Right? Again, we want to be truthful in our applications. We will not be making things up, making up stories. No, we are not doing that. We want to be truthful in the application, but it's something that is a benefit for people who entered illegally to the United States. You would qualify for work authorization, and you would qualify ultimately for a green card. Okay, feel free to give us a call to get started on that. You can again reach us for a consultation at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. And I see a bunch of questions here, and I'm not ignoring them. I just want to get through kind of our question for the day for those that might be joining us on replay. Okay, again, if you're just joining, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm based in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are all throughout the United States. So let me go ahead and get some questions and answer some of your questions. Brown Boy says, can a student apply for a green card? Yes, a student can apply for a green card. There are many ways to apply for a green card. You can't just apply. You have to have kind of a reason, right? So you might qualify, for example, for asylum if you're afraid to return to your home country. Hi, Sheikh Dame. How are you? Nice to see you. You might have an employer, right? A lot of times students have an employer that's ready to sponsor them, so they can sponsor you for a green card. The ability to get a green card, an employment-based green card, kind of depends on the country that you're from. So it will change, the timeline will change depending on the country that you're from. And it is a long process. It's not a quick, easy process to get a green card from an employer. So I would, suggest if you want to find out more about that, call us for a consultation. Again, we're at 703-348-1663. Sharmila says, I have a question. Can a citizen niece bring an uncle? Well, I think the quick answer to that is no. You can't sponsor your uncles. Well, who you can sponsor, so U.S. citizens can sponsor several people. So U.S. citizens can sponsor for a green card. These are family-based applications, okay? So a U.S. citizen can sponsor their parents, their mom and dad. They can sponsor brothers and sisters. They can sponsor their spouse, and they can sponsor children, all children. So minor children, children over 21, and married children. So all of your children, siblings, right, brothers and sisters, your spouse, and your parents. That's who U.S. citizens can sponsor. And while we're on the subject, let me talk about who can green card holders sponsor, right? Who can green card holders sponsor? Green card holders can sponsor very limited number of people. They can sponsor their spouse, and they can sponsor their minor children. Those will be the fastest green card applications when they're sponsored by a green card holder. And they can sponsor all other unmarried children over 21, right? But green card holders, just make a note, you cannot sponsor married children as a green card holder. and you cannot sponsor siblings, you cannot sponsor parents as a green card holder. But many green card holders will qualify for citizenship at some point, and so once you become a citizen, it opens up a whole world of additional family members that you can sponsor. But keep in mind, even if you can't sponsor your uncle, maybe he adopted you, right? That could be possible. There are certain requirements for adoption. Maybe you lived with him. Maybe that might qualify. I don't know. It depends on your situation. But maybe your uncle could qualify for employment-based green card, or other ways to come to the U.S., also just to visit you as well. Okay, so if you want to call us to kind of review that, give us a call. We are at 703-348-1663. Hi, Hirad Prakash. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Hi, Abiku. So Abiku says, can someone married to a U.S. citizen over 3 years apply for citizenship without the partner's concern? So number one, you have to have a green card before you apply for citizenship. So if you've been married to a U.S. citizen and you have a green card, you can apply for your own citizenship, right? So hopefully, I assume everyone who has a green card based on marriage has a good faith marriage. And if it's marriage based, that might come up again in your citizenship interview. But most of the time, if your marriage was entered into in good faith, obviously, and it didn't work out, that's okay. That won't prevent you from getting citizenship. Okay. But Abeku, I think what you might be asking is, can you get a green card if you've been married to a U.S. citizen without the partner? I think that is what you're maybe asking. I'm not sure. Feel free to clarify if not. Yes. So yes, you can receive a green card if you're married to a U.S. citizen and they are not willing to help you, or you don't want them to even know, right? You might not want them to know that you're applying. But this is the catch, I guess, the catch. It's based that this green card, this self-application, basically you're applying for a green card alone without your spouse. This one that I'm talking about is based on abuse, right? So it can be physical abuse, which it happens often, more often than we want to hear. However, many of our clients are able to do this without physical abuse in their marriage. They do have verbal abuse, their spouses putting them down, calling them names, yelling at them when they're angry. Their spouse is trying to be controlling. Maybe they don't let them see their friends or their family members. Sometimes they make them do all the housework and the spouse doesn't help at all. They financially constrain them, make them request permission before they spend any money, even a small amount of money. So it's I think that might be a question, Ibeku. So yes, you can apply for a green card on your own without the help of your U.S. citizen spouse if you qualify for this type that I'm talking about right here. And if you're not sure, I would say have a consultation with us and we can kind of go through your situation and let you know if you do qualify. Okay, and you can reach us at 703-348-1663. All right. Tanaji says, what if I lose my job after getting a green card EAD? Yes. Okay. So once we file a green card application, this is pretty much for any kind of green card application. When you're in the United States and we file for it, what you qualify for is employment authorization based on a pending green card application. Just because you have employment authorization doesn't mean you have to work, right? So Tanaji's question is, what if I lose my job after getting an EAD? So an EAD green card is not tied to it's not tied to a specific job. It's not like an H-1B. It just gives you authorization to work. Okay, it just gives you authorization to work. Okay, then I'm just saying I'm currently at EB3. So yeah, that's fine. So she's talking about an employment-based green card. If you have your EAD, that means you're authorized to work. However, if you're on H-1B, right? If you're on H-1B, you do have to maintain your H-1B status if that's what you're if that's what you need to be on. However, if you have an approved I-140, you be able, and you have work authorization, it's not tied to a specific employer. You can go and find another employer to work with. And if you have a pending green card application, you still have a valid EAD, right? The other employer, if they want to sponsor you, however, they're going to have to go through the whole employment-based green card process. Thanuji, your question is a little bit complicated for this forum. I do want you to call for a consultation, not us if you don't want to. I have some experience in this, but I would say you should talk to an attorney to just make sure you're maintaining status if you need to, okay? Because in the future, it might be impacted if you are out of status, all right? Because you can only have a certain number of days for employment-based green card applications where you're kind of out of status. So we just want to make sure you're fully covered. So give us a call, 703-348-1663. I have been reminded that I need to ask you guys to like our page and follow us. We're at Agarwal Immigration on both TikTok and on Facebook. This way you will be notified every single time I go live. Okay. Also, as I'm talking about people that are abused that might not know that they're eligible for a green card, if you're not in this situation, someone else is, feel free to share this live. Excuse me. Feel free to share this live with them. So share it with people that you think might find this beneficial. Also, feel free to share this with people that just have any general immigration questions, because they might like our page, follow our page, and then can ask their questions here on our live, or can reach out to our office for a consultation. Again, that would be 703-348-1663. All right, great. Another question I have here is Majhawal says, can a green card holder sponsor their mom and dad? So we just actually kind of went over this a second ago, but let me kind of review it. So a green card holder can sponsor their spouse, and they can sponsor their unmarried children, no matter what age. The younger ones are able to come faster. So if you're under 21, they can come, pretty fast. But if they're over 21, it might take a little bit longer. But unmarried children, so married children, cannot be sponsored by green card holders. However, once you become a citizen, so most of the time you just have to be a green card holder for 5 years before you qualify for citizenship. So once you become a U.S. citizen, you can sponsor your mom and dad, and that process goes fairly quickly. Okay. If you'd like to help with your green card, give us. If you'd like help with your green card or sponsorship for other people, feel free to give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, if you're just joining, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I serve clients all throughout the United States. Okay. Okay. Thanuji, I know you have a couple of other questions. I'm going to say just give us a call, because I want to make sure I ask you some questions to figure out your status, so I can advise you on that, right? So I need to just figure out timing to make sure that you maintain status. So if you want to give us a call for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Okay, great, everyone. This is, I think it's about, hi Gopi. These are all the questions that I have today. If you have other questions, or if you know anybody else with immigration questions, feel free to share our live. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok if you want to receive notifications of every time I go live. And I really appreciate all of you joining me today, and I will see you again very, very soon. Okay, bye everybody.